The death flags are so strong right now with Bleach. I don't know what to believe. Nemu might die next chapter. Mayuri might die next chapter. They both might die next chapter. Or they can both live. I have no idea. But whatever it is, let's just take a few moments to appreciate how good this fight is. And let's really think about this for a second. We're watching a fight between a mad scientist, Mayuri, versus a hand. A hand versus a scientist. Just think about that logically. That sounds like it's crazy. But this is by far, I think, one of my favorite fights of this arc. One of my personal favorites. This right here, this chapter, last chapter, chapter beforehand, I gotta give credit to Koobs. Continue making chapters like this. This is really good. The tension in this chapter, that look of doom at the end of the chapter, when Nemu looking up at Mayuri, the panel work, the artwork looks just so good. To the dialogue, now of course translation errors most likely because, you know, Manga Panda. But still, the dialogue to some of the ways the characters are acting, there's some really good stuff taking place. Witnessing what was going on in this chapter, like, you know, seeing Mayuri freaking out, like he realizes that this creature, this hand, has evolved to Zaraki level, that goes to show you how intelligent, how quickly this creature can evolve. And on top of that, it also shows you where Mayuri freaks out for Nemu. Like, she's on the ground, and he's like, wait a minute, if he's on Zaraki level, that means his speed, that means Nemu can't really dodge him. And it's like, Nemu, get out of the way! And then all of a sudden, you see a hand pop up, and then Nemu looks up at Mayuri, chapter ends. You see her jumping up, the chapter ends. The troll is strong right now. The troll is strong. Koobs is the troll king. I'm going to tell you right now. To see how this chapter was, it's very hard. I'm hard-pressed to say what was my favorite chapter this week of One Piece and Bleach, because both chapters were great. But this right here, man, I just gotta say, Mayuri is my favorite. And when I'm seeing him do stuff like this, and I'm seeing him in a situation where he's not just winning and outsmarting his opponent, he's actually having a hard time fighting this person, it's a situation you never have seen before. And it definitely has gotten my interest when it comes to these past couple chapters. And to see how, on top of this, like how Nemu was watching Mayuri when he went to go fight, like he didn't go to his drug cabinet and grab his medicine to fix his arm, and Nemu grabbed it. There was some really funny dialogue there that was pretty great, like when he says, like, you're kind of creepy. And what's ironic about that is because Mayuri, you know, he's a creepy bastard, and for him to say that to Nemu was like, you're creepy, you're watching me not go to my drug cabinet and get my medicine. That right there, fucking great, fucking great, fucking great. I don't know if that was correct translations or not, because probably translation errors, but whatever it was, that was still pretty damn funny. I got a good laugh out of that, and probably one of my favorite comedy moments of the chapter. Now, talking about the fight, I don't know how to feel about it right now. Like, I honestly, I'm liking it. I just don't know how to feel about the direction it's going to go, because right now, there's so many death flags, it's so obvious. And I know Kubo is a troll king, like he is the troll king. I could see him actually keeping them both alive. I could see that. But at the exact same time, I want there to be a consequence. So I want to do some theory crafting real quick. If, let's say, one of our characters dies next week, like, for instance, either Nemu or Mayuri die, or some form of them get hurt where they're about to die, I feel like it should be Mayuri. Even though he's my favorite character, one of my favorites, let me explain. With the setup of last week's chapter, with finding out some information and characterization of Nemu and Mayuri and their connection, kind of, and how he's kind of like a father, it makes me think about many things, and how we can get into this flashback arc. For instance, how we can get into a flashback to reveal this story. I feel like the way Kubo is going with this, and if he does go that route, he might kill off Mayuri to where he's about to die, and he tells Nemu, like, everything. Like, he says, like, I love you, and different things like that, I thought of you like my daughter. Just, I could see something like that happening if he was going to die. Let's say next chapter or chapter after that. And then, in that way, we would kind of segue over into a flashback arc. That is the theory I'm thinking about right now. And let's say if Nemu dies, I could see it to where Mayuri, he will break down, he'll go fucking mad, because, I mean, he's tired of losing, you know, other Nemus, because he's made them so many times, he doesn't want to lose her, and I could see him, you know, going kind of crazy, and then beat the shit out of the hand. I could see that happening as well. It can go either direction, but for now, this is building up into something very nice, and I feel like the way Kubo has orchestrated this entire fight, it's definitely going into a part to where I can't really guess what is going to happen next. And sometimes I usually know where, you know, Bleach is kind of going to go, but this time I have no idea where it's going to go. Nobody probably knows now, because with the setup, with the characters, to the death flags, to the ending of this chapter, we are left with our hands up in the air like we have no fucking idea, but it's going to be great. And that's my thoughts of this chapter. Bleach is on point. Again. Making me happy, man. See, I am a Bleach fan. I do like Bleach. But I have to say, it has had its downward slope moments quite a bit. But these past couple chapters is the reason why I love Bleach. It's why I love Bleach. It's why I love this series. And why I loved watching the anime when I got into the series. This right here would be so phenomenal in the anime. Oh my god. It just, imagine if this was animated. This would be phenomenal. It would. Give it the animation, or even better animation it had in the original anime. Give it that soundtrack. Oh my god. It'd be fucking great. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.